Hi everyone! Welcome to episode 52 of Annijuuti Knits. Hi friends! Welcome back to my channel Annijuuti Knits. My name is Anniina and I come to you from the west coast of Finland, where I live with my husband, my two little boys, and you are very welcome to join me on this video today. This is a channel mainly about knitting and also my knitwear designs. And let's get started. I'll start with, I have my straps all wonky. I'll start with what I'm wearing today. This is my Paju Pullover. It's a pullover t-shirt pattern that I released last year. And I made two samples, one with short sleeve and one with long sleeves. And the thing, or the exciting part with this design is the cuffs. Maybe I'll show and whoop. I don't know how much you can see. But we have also the pattern on the hem as well. Sorry about flashing my camisole. This sample is made with Karmajan's BFL tweed. It is a yarn that's no longer available because Karmajan's stopped dyeing yarn, and I love the color of it, and I have a couple of issues with this pattern, and this is a great advertisement. This is my first ever adult sized pattern, and as you can see, the neckline rides up. It annoys me. So I think I will revisit this pattern and add more short rows to the neckline, because I just don't like wearing it when it's riding up on the neck, especially because I'm a tight knitter. I think my tension might be slightly tighter than a regular knitter, so that also makes it quite tight. I don't mind the size of the neckline. I think it's fine, and I actually do like a tight fitting neckline, but I just don't like the way it rides up in the front. So that's issue number one. So I have a feeling that I will be going back and fix this this sample, I think. And also, this is a BFL wool, and it's very warm. It's very warm for a t-shirt, and even though I love this length of a sleeve, it's a perfect longer sleeve. It's just, I don't wear it. I don't wear it because it's too hot when I need a t-shirt, and it's too cold when I need something warm to wear. So what I'm thinking, I think I have, maybe it's, I don't know, too much hassle. Let's see if I can do this. I think I have skein. Nope. Yep. Those old keys are very noisy. So I think I have like 80 grams of this left. It's beautiful, and I think I have like 80 grams left. So I could make this neckline again, and then I could lengthen the sleeves. I presume that it is enough to make both sleeves full length. So that's my intention, actually, to revisit this sample, because I really think it's a waste. It looks pretty on the pictures, but there's no point if I'm not wearing it. And because this color is so beautiful, I just want to be able to wear it. And I think, first of all, I wear my fingering weight sweaters the most because they are they are usable for me like throughout the whole year. Like in the summer, I've been wearing the gray sample of my Paju Pullover like last week, and yeah, so I really enjoy wearing that sweater. So I think it would be a shame if this is not going to be in use. So I will do that because I need to take this and turn it into something that I will love. So yeah, that's my Paju Pullover, and I know that it's not very good ad. Let me say it fits really well because of the compound Raglan, and I did use a lot of time to make this a good fit under the arms, and like, yeah, so I'm happy with the shape. There's just this neckline issue that annoys me a little bit, so that's that. Let's go into my finished objects, and if you saw my last episode, which was my WIP parade, I'm happy to report that 3 of those WIPs are now done, and making a video about it really helped me focus on some of the things that have been neglected for a long time. I actually have one of those finished objects on the bed. I'll just grab it. So yeah, the first finished object is these mittens. They are called Silmut mittens, and it's a pattern by a Finnish designer called Suvi Lyytikäinen. And we were talking while she was testing this pattern. She was actually just starting out her design career, and she's been quite prolific. She has done very beautiful sock patterns and a cowl pattern, and yeah, something else as well. But she was asking some advice, and then she asked if I would like to test her mitten pattern. And although I knew that I was quite busy, I said yes, and I did finish one mitten, but I didn't start the next one, and I think I tested this back in April, I think. So it's been a while. The speciality about these mittens is that they are designed for the curve of your hand. They have a slip stitch palm, which is not just durable, but it also makes it good if you are like riding a bike or walking your dog or pushing a stroller. It's the perfect curve that it creates because it's tighter on the palm, and it also makes it very durable. I made mine using the Novita 7 veljestä yarn, which is very commonly known Finnish yarn. I actually have seen quite a few podcasters also from Scandinavia and also Europe, Germany, UK. So people have been using this yarn. This is the supermarket yarn here in Finland, and it's not a supermarket yarn in a bad sense, but in Finland you can buy yarn in a regular supermarket. Like my little grocery store next to us carries yarn, and they carry Novita 7 veljestä, which is the DK worsted weight, and then Novita Nalle, which is a sport weight version of this yarn. But yeah, so I had this yarn at home, so I decided to use it. The color is not very unusual for me, I would say, and they turn out great. I thought it was a bit tight when I first got them off the needles, but actually they fit perfectly now that they have been blocked. And this Silmu means like a bud in English, in Finnish. And I think it's just so beautiful, this texture. But I have to be honest, I wasn't too keen on making it. No, actually the bud design was fine, but the reason why I didn't start my second mitten immediately, because I'm a knitter that don't want to stare at the pattern. I would rather knit on something that I know how to knit with, and I don't have to like constantly look at the pattern. And because of the slip stitch and the bud thing, which was a 6-row repeat, and then the gusset for the thumb, it was like up until here, it was like laid out row by row, and I just don't enjoy that kind of knitting. The pattern is great. It really tells you everything you need to know, and because all the rows were different, that's why it was like written out, all the instructions. I just didn't enjoy the process of it. Once I got past the thumb, when I did put the thumb stitches on hold, I actually could make the hand portion of the mitten quite easily, because by that time I knew the repeat already. So yeah, it was it was a little bit I just don't like to stare at the pattern while I'm knitting, so that's why it took so long. I'm really pleased how they look. They are fantastic, and I think I will put these into my gift box, and when I have someone in need of a gift, I will give these, because I have plenty of mittens myself, and I love to gift this type of yarn. It's superwash and it has polyamide in it, so you can chuck it in the machine and it's all fine. So it's nice to gift stuff that you don't need to hand wash. You can just put it in the machine with your regular laundry and it will turn out fine. I have actually even tumble dried this yarn by accident sometime, and it turned out fine. So it's a great workhorse yarn. It's not very prickly either. I wouldn't necessarily make a sweater out of it. For myself I could, but my husband and my kids, no. It's too like coarse and I don't think they would enjoy wearing it, but yeah. I made a couple of mistakes, but I'm not going to show them to you. I think they are very nice, and I will be happily gifting these to someone in the future. So that was also my entry to Laura Penrose's Vlogmas in July KAL. I did post a picture and add that hashtag because she was encouraging us to finish either languishing WIPs that were supposed to be gifts, or start your Christmas knitting in advance, and now that ticks that box. Second finished object. I actually didn't bring the list now with me, but I have ticked 3 items off my list. I did show that last time. Maybe I will show it to you next time. But one long-standing, it's not such a long time since I started these, but it felt like forever because they are huge. These are my husband's stripy socks. And yeah, he's got big feet. And they are fingering weight yarn. I have used Regia tweed, 4-ply tweed. I don't know the colorway number. I don't have the ball band anymore. And this orange variegated yarn was a leftover from a hand-dyed skein of woolly sock yarn. and I had made a pair of socks using that, and I had 40 grams left, so I decided, or 30 grams left, and I decided to put it in with this gray, and I think they work great. Let me show you the jog line, or the beginning of the round. I was using this jogless stripe method that you slip, well, I have a reel about this. If you are interested, I can actually, I will link the video down in the description if you want to see my reel. I will show you how I make this kind of jogless stripe, and they are size European 44, and 72 stitches, 20 round cuff, 20 rounds for the cuff, and I think 40 maybe. Let me see. No, actually it's 50 rounds. 50 rounds for the leg, and sorry, it took me a while to count. And then I did this rounded toe. Yeah, I've been really enjoying this kind of a toe lately. But I had a little mishap with these. I lost one of these socks while I was on the home stretch with the second one. And I had it in my hand the day before, and I was like, where the heck did it go? I couldn't find it anywhere. I even bribed my kids to look for it. I was promising a reward of a chocolate bar for the one who finds the sock, and it was nowhere to be seen. And I had made notes to my Ravelry page, and actually, if you do use Ravelry and you are interested, I will be linking my project pages down below, and you can see my notes. I am trying to be better and put all the notes in so that I can actually refer to those notes myself when I'm making socks, and my notes were lying. I started the toe the way that I had written, and it turned out, if I have the picture, I will actually put it here, because when I finished the sock, I had then located the other missing sock, but once I was done with the decreases, I discovered that the second one is way longer, and I was like, no! It's like you work so hard to finish a project and then failure. And then I was like, I'm not gonna redo it. Let's just give these to him and he will enjoy them. And no, it was too big on him, and I was like, okay, I will fix it tomorrow. And then I was knitting away that evening, and I was like, it was just like nagging me on the floor, like, you need to fix this, you need to fix this. So I did bite the bullet. I did fix it. I didn't actually go all the way down to the last stripe because I was lazy. I just made similar decreases. So if you have a good eye, you can spot the difference. Whoop. I don't think you can even. I did more rapid decreases in this one than in this one. Now, maybe you are able to tell, but they look exactly the same now on the blockers, on the feet, and I'm happy with them now. So I didn't go all the way. I think I did end up taking like 3 centimeters of the toe out, and then I redid my decreases because they were driving me nuts. That's something that I have learned over the years, because when I started back in 2018, I did not go back and fix mistakes because I was like, no one's gonna know, it's not gonna bug me, it's going to be used. But now I'm more willing to rip back if needed, because, you know, at the end of the day, I myself need to be happy with the product that I'm making. So even though it's not for me, I like to have the projects done the way that I am happy with. So that's what happened with that one. Okay. My final finished object. This is also the reason why I'm filming today. My son is at home with me, so let's see how long he will stay quiet. I was like, only in an emergency you can come. That you are bored, it's not an emergency. So just I laid out some snacks, and he has his stuff. He is making like these plastic bead thingies, hama beads, and he also has his coloring book, and I said you can watch the TV and do whatever, so we'll see. We are going tomorrow to my sister, and I have finished both of her kids' sweaters. So I did finish the orange one. This was nearly done last time. Here you can see where I ran out of yarn, of the variegated yarn. I was holding 2 fingering weight yarns together, and this is a size, I think 7 to 8 approximately. It's not leaning to any particular pattern. It's just me inventing a great, like I have made those flax sweaters, quite a few, but I just don't like the neckline of it. It's too wide, it's too square. So I have I've kind of invented the recipe, so this is also in the description in my project pages. So I have put out all the stitch counts and whatnot, but basically the measurements are for a 7 to 8 year olds. He is not even 7 yet, but I wanted this to have room to grow. I'm trying to like rush ahead, and I'm stumbling with my words. I made the cuffs quite tight, not like uncomfortably tight, but these sleeves are pretty narrow, and I hope that he will have some room to grow in this sweater. So 2 fingering weights, and then I had my leftovers for my Tankarti sweater, which is a BFL sock. So it's a bit rougher, but not, it's still soft, I think. And I did finish off the sleeves with this orange yarn. So I have all the ribbings with the orange yarn, and then yeah, it's a perfect basic sweater. And actually our 10-year-old, my stepdaughter, when she saw this, she was like, who is that for? I was like, it's for your cousin, and she was like, I was like, do you like that? Would you wear something like this? And she was like, yes, I would. And that surprised me, because she's not very keen on warm clothes, but I think like this merino thing, it's airy. I made this using 5mm needles, I think, or 5.5 maybe. It's on in the project page. So it's sort of airy fabric, and I think I need to make one for her for Christmas, but I think I'm using different colors because I just have stuff at home. I'm looking for another sweater because I just briefly wanted to show you the second one. you've seen it and I haven't finished it just now, but I wanted to show you the sibling sweaters so this is the first one that I made completely out of scraps. They are exactly the same size, and I was just marling 2 different yarns together throughout, and this was the first one, and then the second one is the orange one. So they have, auntie has made them sweaters for the start of the school, which starts next Wednesday. So school starts in a week. We are going to visit them tomorrow. I will hand those sweaters for my niece and my nephew, and I'm pretty sure they will be happy receiving those, because they actually like wearing their sweaters, unlike my children. So that's that. Okay, let's move on to other things that I've been working on. And which one should I start with? I'll start with my Ranunculus, because this is surprisingly been a knit on. I wasn't planning on working on this, but I felt like I wanted, so I did. This was a little bit of a saga. I need to hold the needles because they're clicking and banging. I've done the sleeve now 3 times and it's still not good. It's still not perfect, but I will leave it now. First, I thought that I will make an elbow length sleeve, which is stupid now thinking of this and not wearing this. But that was my initial thought. This is not the suggested gauge because I am using 5.5 millimeter or 5. No, it's a 5 millimeter. So it's a tighter gauge than the pattern recommends. I haven't swatched. Actually, I did swatch to decide on the size I'm making, but the sleeves ended up being not correct. They were too loose, and I already made the ribbing. I ripped it out. I made some decreases. I ripped it out, and then I decided that I will make like a 3/4 length sleeves, and here is the sleeve. It looks a bit funny because I had to make some more rapid decreases for the elbow length, and then it still wasn't good, so I just continued straight. It actually fits quite nicely. Maybe I'll put a picture here. And then I decided to make the short rows on the cuff so that it would look nice, but I was too lazy and I didn't look at the pattern, so I made them myself, and then I discovered that I'm doing it all wrong. Story of my life. But anyway, I finished it off with an I-cord. I didn't go as tight as the pattern suggests because my gauge is different, and then it ended up being maybe a tad too loose. It could have been a bit tighter. It's rather neat. You can actually see the color variation also. But anyway, I have a sleeve, and then I was inspired about that, so I decided to continue on the body. I have a marker here. So I've done the body and I have started the ribbing. I'm thinking maybe I'll do like a 6 centimeter rib. So I still have like a bit more than half of the ribbing to go, but because it's twisted stitches, I'm just doing like a couple of rows, and then I will put it aside because it's sort of chunky needles, and my wrists don't really enjoy a twisted rib, and because I'm making, you know, size large to extra large, and I have quite a few stitches here, I don't want to, you know, cause pain to my hands, so I'm just gonna work a couple of rows a day and then it'll get done at some point. But yeah, I was actually surprised that I did go and start making progress with this one, because it was not on the top of my list, but you never know. You never know. What are you feeling like? All right, the next project is the socks for my husband. And these socks have not been growing too much, but I will show it anyway because I think they're so cool. If I can get them out of the bag. Wait up for it. I have a bag inside of my project bag so that I don't get tangled with my yarn. So here's the spoon marker. Oops, let me put that down. Yeah, so I have done like 3 centimeters of the foot. I'm still very nervous about the fits. I feel like they are too tight, and that would be actually quite a bummer. But I don't want him to see these because he has asked for them like a year ago. So these are my Black Lodge socks. Maybe this way they will look more Black Lodgy with the curtains and the floor. Yeah, so curtains and floor. Yeah, they are pretty fun. I was thinking I might just put the chart out into my Instagram once or while when words. When I have done this, we have a wedding anniversary. We have a wedding anniversary on the 29th of September. So I will be gifting these to him, and then after that I will release a picture and then maybe give the chart to someone else to use if you are interested in using that, because I know there are a lot of Twin Peaks fans out there, and my husband is one of them. Okay, the next project is also a sock project, and it hasn't grown actually, but I just wanted to show you because I am going to call for testers for this design in a week. So I just wanted to remind you, and then you will be able to participate on that if you want. So yeah, here are the Plumage socks. Pardon my French. It is this textured pattern. It's sort of like faux cables, but it's crisscrossed, so they are not aligning with each other. And I've added some eyelets, so it will look more like lace. There is this slip stitch toe, and there is this detail at the back. There's some twisted rib, continuing up the ribbing, and then finished with a tubular or sewn bind off. Yeah, that's that. I've been stalling with this pattern. I think I first released a picture of this in April or May, but I haven't got around to doing it. So last night I just made a teeny tiny start. I've been writing up the pattern. It is actually nearly done, so I'll be calling for testers. If you do want to test this pattern or any other of my sock patterns that are coming up in the next 2 months, there will be a link to a form you can fill out. I will be only sending out an email to a couple of people because I just don't have the energy to do all these test calls, and you know, I have my day job and everything. So I'm just going to pick the ones that are responding me the quickest, because it's fair to everyone. I do have 3 people already what's the word? they have said that they would gladly test this pattern, so I will be picking those. There will be 3 sizes available, so I will be having maybe 2-3 people for each size probably. So that's my plan. And yeah, that is that sock project. So Plumage socks, and I'm using Camijo yarn, Camijo's favorite mug colorway. It's a beautiful minty green with some brown speckles throughout, and it's creating the most chocolate chip minty chocolate ice cream in my opinion. And yeah, then I have the Stephen West secret sock along project, which has not grown, actually not much. I don't even remember in which place I was. I have just finished the heel flap, whoa, and picked up the stitches, so might as well show it, but there's nothing much to say about it now. My contrast yarn is variegated with quite dark spots, so it's creating this quite uneven. I'm not completely sure how I feel about this. I think more subtle contrast color would be better, but these definitely are my colors, if you haven't already discovered that. I like orange, so it will be fine. But it was a project that I worked in a car when we were traveling, so it was fun at a time, but then at home again it requires me looking to the pattern constantly, so not my favorite thing to do. And then what else? I have 2 things, and actually 3, no, 2. I have 2 things and a project bag. So even though I said that I have finished 3 items from my WIP list, I still have cast on 2 more, so I'm actually only down 1 project. I really wanted to have another sock project, or actually let's go back a little bit. My friend Cindy, she is the woman behind knits.fi. So in Finnish we would say knits.fi. And she's a one-woman show. She has this beautiful knitting accessory business, and maybe I should add the promotion, or paid includes paid promotion, because even though this is not technically a promotion, it was a gift. I will be completely honest that I didn't pay for some of the products that I got. So she was coming up with new needles, and because I knit a lot of socks, if you haven't noticed, sometimes my fingertips are very broken because of the giant goose that I'm using. They are very pointy, and when you poke the end through, or the tip through your finger, then it pokes again and again and again and again. She was coming out with new needles, and she said that they are very comfortable to knit with, and that, wait, I'm tangled, they have less pointy tip but a flexible cable. So these are her needles. They are metal needles, they are pointy, but they are not sharp as the Chaya Goose are. And I did pay for these needles. I paid for them. I did order. She had this discount that if you are, wait, there's this huge knot over here. Whoop. If you purchase 3 sets of needles, she will have the shipping free, and then she will have a gift with the package. So I was like, maybe I will try her needles. I ordered one of them, which are the 2.5 millimeter. See, she's only offering 0.5 millimeter sizes, so there's no 2.25 or 2.75, which is a shame in a way, because I do use my 2.25s the most, but I do use my 2.5s as well, so that's what I did. Originally, I wasn't too keen on the bend here on the back of the needle. Because I'm a tight knitter and I need to push through, so it got caught a bit, but then I knew how to relax my tension, and then, or not the tension per se, but the way that I was knitting them, so I did get used to it quite quickly. And actually, I think I did order some bigger sizes as well. They're still in the package. I think when you are working, when you're working like in the round, like a body of the sweater, it's quite handy because it bends, the back of the needle bends along with that. So I'm excited to give these a go. And she is a Finnish Swede, so she is a Swedish speaking Finn, and that's why her it's first it's in Swedish, then it's in Finnish, and then it's in English. But yeah, that's what I ordered from her. And the gift I will show you also was this fabulous bag. I think it's fun. It's a very thick canvas bag, and this was a free gift, which is amazing. So I ordered 3 sets of needles, and I got this fabulous bag as a gift. So I think it was my money well spent. Yeah, so the gift. I did receive, we were talking with her about needles, and she was like, have you ever tried these like trios, these teeny tiny circulars that you use 3 needles like these? So I think Addie has these flexi tips, at least, I think. And yeah, I was trying this. She sent these 2 as a gift for me to try, because I've never tried these ones before. And the rest I paid for myself, so just so you know. I did try, I started these socks when I'm working on with these, but I wasn't, I didn't get into the rhythm because I'm magic looping usually. So I kept dropping the stitch that is like releasing. So I feel like if you are a DPN person, that's a perfect way to reduce the amount of DPNs that you have to work with while still having the same experience. But for me, as a magic looper, I just kept dropping the needle. I will give them another go, but the first couple of I was working the ribbing with those, and then I changed into magic loop because that's just faster for me. So I did already finish one sock. Let me put it on the blocker. If you are making, or when I'm making the round toe, it looks quite pointy, like this. It hasn't been blocked yet. I think I did give it a little spritz of water, but it does even out perfectly when it's on the foot. This is a skein from my advent last year, and I'm making socks for my aunt. She asked if I could make her a pair of thin socks, and she likes pink, so I chose this hot pink with this variegated yarn. So yeah, first sock done, and the second one is on the foot already. So I have finished all the gusset decreases already, and I'm on the home stretch with these. This is my handbag knitting. I will keep this in my handbag for situations that I have to wait, or we're driving or something. So yeah, this was a surprise cast on. I actually honestly only started these socks because I wanted to give these needles a try. I cast on the day or the evening these needles arrived, so that was my excuse. But actually I've been enjoying this stockinette or vanilla sock knitting a lot. I think from now on I have so many sock projects that are not like vanilla. I love knitting small circumferences, but I do love my stockinette. So I think from now on I will have a pair of vanilla socks on the go at all times. And I will try to reduce the amount of socks that are something more complicated and work maybe only one of those at a time. So after the Plumage socks, I will try and finish my husband's socks and then reduce the amount of sock whips that I have lying around. One last whip. This is a surprise cast on, and I'm now unsure what's going to happen with it. I have had the pattern Wild Poppy Pullover on my library forever, and I just finally decided to start that. And this yarn is this zebra yarn with black and solid color spun into the yarn, and then it's dyed by Wool Me Once fibers, and this colorway is called Okrus Pokrus. The colorway is amazing. And then the Wild Poppy Pullover, maybe shall add a picture this way. It's a pattern with eyelets and some color work, but you can't really tell. This yarn, because it has darker bits and lighter bits, it's kind of eating up the color work portion. I was contemplating maybe to use like a beige or wider contrast, but I didn't like the way the colors played together. So I kind of like that it's subtle. I can see it working. The rest of the body will be like tiger stripes, but I just decided that I just don't feel like having this for myself. It's a little bit problematic because of this yarn. this yarn has already been started once before, and it's kind of like if I'm not using it now, I'm like I'm never gonna use it, because it's like then there's like 2 failed projects with this yarn. So I actually texted my brother's girlfriend today that what does he like about this, and if she does, she's very bohemian, and I can really see that this might be her alley. She's way smaller than I am, but I could just I actually counted the stitches, and I'm a bit over the size 3, but I could easily just fudge a little bit of the numbers. It's just, you know, a round yoke, and then I could just like make a size 3.5 3.5 with this. So I will ask if this is something that she would like, or I will rip it out. So this was like 2 nights of working. I got really into the pattern, and it was a very fun project to knit. There was eyelets, there was this what is it, like color work, and yeah, the project or the process of this knit has been very enjoyable, but I just don't fancy I just don't like this thing. Or I kind of do, but I feel like I don't want to have this for me, because I don't know how I will feel about the stripes. I think this kind of yarn should be, you know, a plain stockinette sweater. And then actually one of my ideas have been pairing it with this woolen knit cone to like just like to knit them double, but I don't know. I've had this yarn for 2 years now, and it's annoying that it's still not working. I really love the color, but I just don't like how the stripes, you know, come about, because it's quite tigery, and I don't know if I like that. But I think it's the nature of this yarn. I should have just thought about it, or I don't know. I really wanted to knit this pattern, and I had some yarn, and I decided to pair it with the pattern, and I don't think it was the most successful try. But I will see what she answers, and then if she don't want it, then I don't know, I'll just pull it back and maybe destash the yarn, because I don't feel like knitting it the 3rd time. The contrast color is this silk wool yarn. They are similar thickness, and yeah, this is something that I have took from my mom's stash, and I made a t-shirt out of it. I actually wore it last year quite a bit, but I haven't I had like a little tiny nugget left, and I was thinking to put it on the blanket that I'm working on, but it was there, and it was the right color for that, I assumed. But yeah, sometimes things don't go as you plan, and things don't turn up the way you envision, and that's okay. That's the yarn, that's something that we can reuse. And I have discovered that I'm quite I enjoy making things for others. I think at least half, if not more, maybe even more already, is for other people. So I'm happily gifting things, because I just love the practice of knitting. I am constantly knitting. I can't live without it, and I need to be knitting, and I don't necessarily need all the items that I'm making. So I do enjoy gifting my knits away. So that's about it. One last thing is I just thought that I haven't mentioned my Tankarti KAL for a long time, and it's still going until the end of August. So the Tankarti KAL is for my Tankarti, which is the summer pattern that I released this year. And if you are making yourself a Tankarti, please use hashtag Tankarti KAL, and I will be drawing some winners at the end of August or beginning of September. So I don't know which prizes I am going to gift yet. Probably I will be doing like pattern gifts or maybe like a gift certificate, so it will be easy to get to anyone anywhere, because sometimes shipping costs they are quite a lot, and then there's the customs, and you know, I think it's easier if I can, you know, just buy a gift certificate to a yarn store that you like or so forth. So that's my plan for that KAL. So please use the hashtag Tankarti KAL if you are making your own Tankartis. And yeah, I have this Tankar sweater test knit going on. It's going strong. I think there's already 2 finished items, 2 finished Tankartis, no, sweaters. And that is a longer sleeve or long sleeve version of the Tankar pattern, because I really enjoyed that pattern. And yeah, it's nice to have it for the fall winter as well. I think, no, I do have the project bag thing that I wanted to show you. If you've been here for a while, you may know that I am no crocheter. I once decided that I want to be, but didn't happen. But you know, I am one of those people that I'm like, if I just try, I can make it. And I had tried crocheting before. I've done something in school. I think I did already one bag, like round bottom, like a bucket bag type of crochet thing when I was 13, 14. I have no idea where that went. I did use it, I believe, for a bit, but after that I haven't crocheted because I just don't, me and the hook, we don't like connect. But when my son, actually when I had already started like knitting, he was a very small baby. I was like, now I will crochet like a diaper bag. I'm making this colorful pack bag type of thing, and this is how far I got. I had this colorwork chart. You know, I just found it on Pinterest and I just applied my own colors to it, and yep, that's me. And I think I winged the bottom. It's very messy. You can see the join. Wow, so bad. Anyway, this has been sitting in my cupboard for a long time. My son is now 5. I had already repurposed some of the yarn. I had taken all the excess yarn balls from there because I knew that I'm never gonna continue. But I thought it was so pretty to be ripped out, so I just ripped like a couple of rows, so I'm like in a half pattern. And then I had this fabulous fabric. I think it's so lovely because this is very like this ethnic patterning, and then these feathers, they are like exactly the same colors. There's orange, there's teal or turquoise, and there's black, and And I thought they were a perfect match. So I made myself a huge project bag. It turned out be bigger than expected. I have this fun fabric inside, also with the same color theme. And yeah, this is a potential blanket sized bag. So I put my hard work into good use and made myself a project bag. So yeah, and still I am no crocheter. that's I think is everything that I had. I will be spending this week with my son. Actually today is Thursday already, so tomorrow and then Monday, Tuesday I will be with him before his school starts. It's not a school here in Finland, it's daycare. It's the kindergarten, and he is going to a English-speaking kindergarten because we really wanted to give him the gift of a foreign language. So we use quite a bit English at home, not at home, but myself. I work with English a lot. I make these videos, and my husband uses English as his main language at work. And also my stepdaughter is she's half Kenyan and half Finnish, and she also speaks English with her mom. So we have this strong connection to languages, and we thought it was a good idea for him to start learning at the early age, because he already learned to read at the age of 4. On his own. In Finland, the requirement is you need to learn to read in school in the 1st grade, which is when you are turning 7. I know it's quite late if you compare to like UK and stuff, but here the school starts late. Preschool is when you are 6, so this is a year before preschool, but he's starting now learning another language, which is great. And he is actually now he is excited about it. He wasn't too keen on switching or changing his daycare place. He needs to be away from his brother. Now they are not going to the same daycare anymore, but he was actually telling me today that he's now surprisingly excited, and he's like, why am I so suddenly like excited about this? And I'm like, it's a good thing. But yeah, we have this downtime, but I'm still trying to work. I've been trying to work on my patterns, and it's really hard when a 5-year-old is constantly asking something and mommy this and mommy that and do this and do that. But anyway, I'm trying to put the work that I can, and the rest of the time I am just spending with him, building Legos and trying to take care of the house, because it's been neglected during the summer holidays because we were away. There's a lot of laundry and all that boring stuff to be done, but that's part of life. But yeah, I was enjoying talking to you today. It was really nice. If you would like to leave me a comment, please do so. It was so much fun to read all of your guesses about how many WIPs I have. There was few of you who guessed correctly, and actually if you did guess 19 and you have commented that before I'm releasing this video, please contact me via email or DM on Instagram, and I will gift you one of my patterns, because it was so much fun reading all the comments, and that was probably the most comments that I've got ever. So it was fun reading all the comments about my WIPs. But yeah, I have a lot and I'm not ashamed. It's your knitting or it's my knitting. I cast on if I want to, as Ruth Loves to Knit always says. So I'm living by that rule. Nice to see you, and I will talk to you soonish. And until then, have a great time and happy knitting. Bye!